Over the weekend, the president and CEO of 40 Days for Life announced he had to make his toughest decision yet in his pro-life leadership role by deciding to cancel the public vigil portion of the spring 40 Days for Life campaign because of the coronavirus pandemic. The vigil portion entails nonstop, round-the-clock prayer vigil outside of a local abortion facility, but that will now come to an end. 40 Days for Life says it's been monitoring the COVID-19 outbreak since the beginning of the year and is now ending the vigil portion for the safety of families and volunteers. This comes after they had already been limiting pro-lifers to fewer than 10 volunteers at a time. 40 Days for Life is a campaign that advocates for prayer and fasting, vigil, and outreach outside of abortion facilities to bring an end to abortion. The spring campaign runs through Palm Sunday, April 5th. For this week's Pro-Life Focus, we are joined now via Skype by Shawn Carney, President and CEO of 40 Days for Life. Shawn, welcome. First off, I know this could not have been an easy decision. Walk us through how you decided to cancel the public vigil portion of the campaign.
Well, it's the last thing I thought I would have to do this spring. Certainly not something I ever want to do again and didn't want to do this spring, but it was time. We had been monitoring the outbreak since back in January and throughout February. I was very proud of our team, and it continued to spread. We modified, we adjusted to meet the criteria for the CDC. And, you know, we're in over 30 countries. We had 507 cities. And as all the different restrictions came about, both regionally here in the United States and certainly around the world, we just came to the conclusion it was time to go. I'm glad we made it as long as we did. We had a lot of saves. The saves were actually up this year compared to this time during the last spring campaign in 2019. But, you know, for safety precaution, we hit the time where it was time to close the vigils.
Well, speaking of taking safety precautions, Shawn, I understand there was a recent incident outside of a Planned Parenthood in Pittsburgh. What can you tell our viewers about that?
There was. It was something that even surprised me. And usually I'm not very surprised by what Planned Parenthood does. But we had a sequence of days where we had some pro-abortion people going out and coughing and sneezing on our volunteers. And we ended up hiring security at that location, full-time professional security, and another location. We'll have to do more of that in the fall 2020 campaign for sure. But one of the people coughing on one of our prayer warriors was a Planned Parenthood worker who coughed on her, gave her the middle finger, and then went inside to work. It was absolutely shameful. And so we took all the precautions, and those four volunteers that were part of that sought out COVID-19 testing. And it's even surprising to me. I mean, we've helped 196 abortion facility workers. We would help this one. But we're asking, in my opinion, she needs to be fired. She has not been fired yet. Any other company, given the coronavirus pandemic, they would have had this person fired immediately. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Wow. And Shawn, the vigil is truly the public centerpiece of 40 Days for Life, but it's just one portion of the campaign. What are other ways pro-lifers can participate in the campaign and help to bring an end to abortion?
Yeah, I think now more than ever, you know, I preach a lot and we preach a lot that this is prayer and activism, but we know that the contemplative always has to come before the active. And we are learning that now more than ever by no longer having the physical vigils these remaining days. And so it is the foundation, is prayer and fasting. We're doing that from home. We have the daily emails and updates. We're still giving vigil updates because we have so many from when the vigil was going on. We have daily prayer intentions. And I launched, once we did close the vigils, a daily video blog where today we announced an abortion doctor in Mexico who just had a conversion and is leaving his job. And so we started the video blog. You can find that on YouTube. And, you know, there are so many ways that we can be praying. You're right. We are united. We're together apart, as the hashtag has become. And it's a beautiful thing. But that is our most powerful weapon against the devil and against the abortion industry. And of course, we would love to be out there still but it just wasn't possible. But what is possible is praying and fasting as we head into what should be a beautiful Easter after a very difficult Lent.
Amen to that. Yeah, your reminder of prayer and fasting is perfect for this time of Lent. Thank you for being a light and a hope. Shawn Carney, President and CEO of 40 Days for Life. Thank you.
Thank you.